Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco and today we are back with more Hunter x Hunter. I will be reading chapters 406 and 407. I am very soon going to be like fully caught up, man, and I will be waiting for chapters together with you guys, man. Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorite stories ever, and there is so many things that are happening, especially in manga, that I'm still like yet to understand, man. I'm definitely the type who, I guess, understands the stories better through anime format, man, but I have to be honest that reading manga was a very like new but incredible experience for me. Like I enjoy it, even though like it's a lot harder for me to keep up, man. And but given the nature of this arc as well and what Togashi is doing, bro, it's so interesting. So last time around, we basically got to see, I guess, a full explanation on Hulkenberg's abilities and how who has the priority of taking control of the body. And Hulkenberg pulled off some crazy shit. When his body dies, he's supposed to get the sleeping pill while he's in Balsamico's body so he can regain control 10 hours or so, right? And finish this battle for succession, man. So Hulkenberg needs to act fast, man. It's crazy that his ability is not even like, it's basically RNG what happened, right? But he did take that into consideration that he might be the one swapping out with Balsamico, and that's so fucking crazy to me. We had the stuff with Benjamin, who is ready to accept all of Hulkenberg's proposal, and we even saw Hulkenberg saying "thank you, brother" inside of himself, right? And yeah, that's basically like showing respect, but also, of course, Hulkenberg knows what he needs to do because his father Nasubi told him, and he's ready to, I guess, kill his own siblings in order to achieve the goal of becoming the king of Kakin, and I guess creating this like whole new system in which they're going to live, right? More like, I guess you can say democratic, right? He wants like equality and all of that for everyone, and that's his ability all about as well. It's reflecting his personality and him sharing Nen with all the people and all of that. So yeah, it was pretty crazy to see that. I didn't even realize that Hulkenberg already used TSK 17 on him, right? And the fact that he even knew how much it needs to last until the effects starting kicking in and all of that, because I'm pretty sure that he didn't know those details, man. So that was insanely fucking impressive. Kurapika got one of Zhanglei's coins that will come into play sooner or later. I like how Zhangle is like talking to everyone, and at the end of every conversation he's like, here, have a coin. He doesn't know what the fuck it's supposed to do. He's giving it to friends, foes, or whoever it is, man. So yeah, and it's taking a long time to activate. It would be so anticlimactic if we don't get to see what his ability is actually all about and all of that. I'm so fucking curious about it. And the lectures are about to be resumed, and Kurapika is planning to reveal the stuff from the letter, which is huge. Like, I mean, this is pretty much lasting for so long, but I have to keep saying it. It feels like we are almost at the beginning of something so fucking chaotic, man. With every new chapter, I feel like we are getting closer and closer. And especially now that they mentioned like Hulkenberg's funeral and all of that, and who knows who will go there and who will be present. And we saw at the end Morena talking about it to that dog man while she was giving him the commands and all of that. You guys confirmed to me on Patreon that the guy with the glasses from Char is indeed talking about Morena in that panel. It was his thoughts, so he is in with Morena despite being underboss of Char. That's crazy. Haley, yeah, they're like a completely separate entity. They don't give a fuck, man. They just want to see the world burn as Morena's wish, right? And they're killing people left and right, trying to level up. They're preparing something huge as well. Phantom Troupe, Nobunaga, Phaeton, and thinks that group was heading into some hallway to some doors or whatever. They are still searching for Haley and Morena as well. They want to get rid of her, but yeah, it's not going to be easy at all, man. It's not going to be easy at all. So yeah, we have all those things happening, and at the same time, we see Chrollo, who looks like very like full of rage, right? And the guy from the charity foundation, what was the name? I forgot, like something about moms or whatever. Absolute scum. And you guys also confirmed to me that it's the same guy who was going to Meteor City and who kidnapped the kids and is responsible for Sarasa's death. So, yeah, Chrollo most likely took him out and avenged her. So, yeah, that was interesting to see. And the fact that he fooled me so fucking hard with Hisoka actually not being him, but Bonolenov in disguise. Yeah, he did transform kind of when he was fighting the lizard chimera and right into his like battle cantabile for form or whatever with that spear and all of that. But I thought it was the part of that ability that his transformation is always like that, right? But no, he can transform into people he talked to, man. And he transformed a nice callback to one of those guys, poor dudes from the Shadow Beasts, all right, who had a pocket dimension, pocket ability. So yeah, he's walking around as him right now. Also, Sakura and Lynch. I mean, the girl Lynch, right? She's fucking dead. With Sakura, it's kind of unclear. I think like he knocked him out and went to talk to Lynch, I guess, to kill her, right? But we don't know if he actually got rid of him as well. And yeah, he was giving some comments about Phantom Troupe and about how he wants to put an end on all of this, meaning that if they get Hisoka, that they should like separate and like shut down the troop. Is that what he was implying? And about number 9 spot being left, right? It's obviously for Pakunoda, and it's a sign of respect from Chrollo. And we know how much Chrollo not only liked Pakunoda, but how much he values and how much he liked all of the Phantom Troupe members, including Uvogin as well. Especially Uvogin and Pakunoda, but also Sharnak and Kortopi. Yeah, that pushed him like over the edge. He lost his shit and he wants Hisoka's head so badly, man. So yeah, it's peak, man. It's peak. I'm here for it. Without further ado, let's start chapter 406. All right, guys, here we go. Chapter 406, called Regalia by Yoshihiro Togashi. Regalia. That sounds like a name. And we see Phaeton thinks Nobunaga and the guy from Char going into this very sketchy, like between walls hallway or something. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty tight. This is a tight squeeze. We are waving between gaps of the buildings. Oh yeah, Nobunaga, I'll keep your sword for you when I head back. I gave you official IDs, but the military won't turn a blind eye to such an obvious weapon. What? Why am I singled out? Dude, I just made this. I'm not going. Listen, will you? Yours is the only obvious one. Makeshift, fake, anyway. It's up to you, but Tier 2 has a lot of young, inexperienced soldiers. They may just shoot you. Okay, so they're not allowing people to just walk around with the swords at their hips, so yeah, I guess, but He just made this? Just made the sword? What the hell? A hatch. From here on out, things will be a bit rough. Alright. Dude, what the fuck? What am I looking at? Bro, what the fuck is this? It looks like some maze or labyrinth or whatever. This is so trippy. Okay, we see them on the stairs. Where did they enter from anyway? From here? And then they go up or what? We're next to the hull of the Black Whale. Keep climbing these stairs and you'll get to the top of Tier 2. It's like a secret passage. Oh, there they are, bro. They're so small on this panel. This is massive. Holy crap. Look at the size of this thing. Okay, we see them here, and then we see them here. They need to go to Tier 2, all the way up there. And what's up with the walls and everything? Is this like... This is like the ship's mechanism or something, right? Wow. Yeah, we can see like parts. I mean, see, like this is supposed to be represent sound effects, right? Like roar, curr. It's like spinning and producing all these kinds of sounds. Wow. This panel is very, very awesome. And what is that on the walls? Maybe it's... Yeah, he was probably looking at this up there. PU takes me back, just like the cesspit back home. It's dripping with waste products from the 200,000 souls on board. Waste products? Is it like actual garbage or like fucking shit and piss or something? Recycling and sewage treatment facilities are between tiers 4 and 5. So tier 5 is below the sewers. Char and Shiyu manage the treatment plants. That's right. Some things are convenient when you're the one holding the trash. But the actual work is left to subcontractors, and running that is left to underlings, right? They won't report to you every time subcontractors change. Are you saying that, hey Lee, now I got a reason to turn back? Replace the waste treatment personnel, and they're free to kill all they want. Pretend to be the employment agency and lure a whole mass of prey there. Call it interview. Take each one to separate room. Assembly line the rest. Being with you guys makes me think I'm a model citizen. Whoa, did they actually... like figure something out that Haley is doing? Okay, I'm heading back. I'll ask them stuff if I find them. Good luck. Sure. Got any tips for us regarding their hideout? Okay, they're splitting. Oh yeah, the guy protecting it is a counter type. Attack him and you'll trigger some invincible nonsense, so be careful. Pretty much sums it up. Once activated, Nan dolls that look like security robots will kick warp you away. The door between rooms A and B in the floor plan I gave you is the warp point to tier 3. Shouldn't you have told us that first? So we can't attack at all? Let them attack first. Legit self-defense should be okay. Yeah, because you're not breaking the rules in that case, right? And that guy's ability is probably triggered by committing a crime, right? So if you self-defend, it shouldn't activate. I like how Nobunaga is now telling them about that. So he's heading back and these three are proceeding. Whoa. Okay, here we go. The signal that Hinrik left, right? In that fucking butcher room. And they were like having bodies on this table or whatever. Alright, it's beeping. Yep, and we see Nan and it transforms into like some literal GPS device or whatever, tracking device. Okay, it's beneath here, right? It's getting really crowded. They're here to send off Halkenberg. He was popular with the people. Where's Lynch? She had something to do back at the office. The Haley got away last time when the military intervened. Next time we see them, catch them, and have Lynch make them talk. Asking them about their own traps is the most efficient way. Hinrig! Oh god. So yeah. Bro. That's a lifeless Lynch body, right? So this is not Bonolenov right now. This is actually probably Zakuro, who woke up after Bonolenov knocked him out. And he didn't realize that Lynch died, right? That he killed her because he did it after he knocked Zakuro out. So I guess both of them are gonna find out something terrible right now. We found her during our final sweep ahead of the funeral procession. We knew she you, so we contracted you first. Thanks. A complete service fracture. This guy knew what to do, and he did it fast. He's a pro. A war has broken out. The Haley Hitman probably got her. We'll take care of the body, so don't write it up. Just to clarify, you split with Lynch after Hisoka left, right? Yeah, he knocked us both out. If Hisoka did it, he would have killed both of us then. And yeah, because Lynch was the only one who knew that it wasn't actually Hisoka. And Zakuro didn't know that, so there was no reason for Bonolenov to kill him, right? And the fact that he did it right is confusing the shit out of them right now. But maybe they will connect it to her ability and the risks of getting hit by it. True. What if Lynch went after Hisoka on her own? No, I would have been able to tell. She's really transparent that way. In fact, I had just woken up and I was woozy. But thinking back, Lynch was uncharacteristically calm. She wasn't the type to be worried about my well-being right after someone knocked her out. Hinrik is thinking. Someone else. What? What? If Lynch was someone else? What? The real Lynch was already dead. And if one who woke you up was someone else? You're saying someone was disguised as Lynch? Maybe, if that was Hisoka, why would he do that? Wait, what? I don't get it. That wasn't Lynch? Hisoka was disguised as her? No, he's much taller than her. Oh wait, Lynch and I were just talking about that. It would make more sense if she were being manipulated. True, I've never met anyone who can change their height. But if Hisoka was a manipulator, what's the point of getting her to wake you up? Just tell you she was going back to the office? If she had disappeared without a word, we'd have to think of all sorts of possibilities. Wouldn't that be better from the enemy's perspective? Well, maybe he wanted to box us in. Wow. I mean, Henry is right. It was somebody else. Box us in. Yeah, it's inconvenient to him if we have think about all the possibilities, so he tried to limit our ideas. That would fit the manipulation theory. Tell me everything she said. Maybe it'll give us a hint. Let's see. I heard her voice saying, "Wake up!" She said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, huh? Oh yeah, and then she clearly said, "That was definitely Hisoka." Oh. Okay, so Bonolenov was extra careful, so when he woke up Sakura, he made sure to say this. That's it? That's what he wanted us to limit ourselves to? Wait, we were just saying Hisoka might have been Lynch, but then that wasn't Hisoka. Then who? Lynch found out Hisoka was a fake through her ability. Then that's why he silenced her. You were left alive to tell the rest of us that you found Hisoka, not realizing it wasn't actually him. Henrik is crazy, bro. He got it right. My gosh, what a dude, bro. I love it, man. I love it that we have so many capable characters in this arc, bro. Fuck, it's so satisfying. A fake Hisoka manipulated her to trick me. Who would ever do something so complicated? That's where it's obvious. This guy's looking for Hisoka and doesn't want us to interfere. If we found Hisoka first, the fake Hisoka figured we would hide that fact and give permission to their side to search for Hisoka in vain. And that's it. In fact, that is in fact what happened. But this deduction is based on an assumption. The facts are that you two found Hisoka and then someone killed Lynch. If it was Phantom Troupe, we'll have to go to war with Char too. If it's not a fight we should start based on it's not a fight we should start based on speculations, but we'll avenge her dead, right? No matter who it was. Of course. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And I was thinking to myself actually that the reaction to Lynch being dead was almost like non-existential, right? That non-existential. Oh my god. Fuck! They didn't have any reactions to seeing Lynch's dead body, right? But yeah, it seems like they do still care, right? And they want to avenge her, especially like look at Sakura's like eyes. And Henry is also like quite determined to do it, man. But they're also the fans of Phantom Troupe, right? And if they found out it was Bonolenov from the Phantom Troupe, it could be pretty interesting. Alright, we see Chrollo looking now more like depressed, and he looked quite mad in the previous chapter. The funeral procession will be passing through shortly. We are expecting a massive crowd. Please remember that this is a respectful event. Do not run or push others. Please observe in silence. May 9th Prince Halkenberg rest in peace. Alright, they created like funeral procession basically, and a lot of people gathered because Halkenberg was one of the favorite princes, right, and favorite candidates who was supposed to bring so much changes, right? Little do they know that he's still actually alive, but yeah, his body is certainly not, man. What is Chrollo doing? He's opening up Bandit Secret. What the fuck? What do we have here? We have a girl, and on the right side we can see the full page. But is that how his ability works? Is he copying that girl's ability and creating like this phone or whatever? Because that phone seems like he just conjured it with Nan. I like how it has some heart symbols and in the middle heart. It looks like one of those old Motorola phones. Oh boy, but what now? This is the phone ringing, right? Is he calling somebody from the crowd? The person whose number you called is not in this area. Please try again later or in a different location. The number of calls you have left today is... a classic message. Not even in this crowd. Come to think of it, it was the same at the Heavens Arena. Do I try somewhere else with this number, or do I loosen the restrictions a bit? Huh? Should I go to Tier 1, where they are in the middle of the succession battle, even if it's riskier? There should be far more people with abilities hiding. The succession battle ritual bestows Nan abilities. They use those abilities and fight until there's a sole survivor. Used in this succession battle is Kakin's Regalia, the 3 sacred treasures I seek. Whoa, Regalia was the title of the chapter. The 3 sacred treasures I seek. I mean, yeah, Phantom Troupe did mention, while Chrollo was talking to Kortopi and Shalnak on the phone, that they want to board Black Veil to get the treasure, right? They were planning that before the whole thing with Hisoka. Anyway. But why is he saying that? Isn't like Hisoka his main priority? And what the fuck was that? He tried to use this phone ability in this crowd and he said, not even in this crowd. Come to think of it, it was the same at the Heavens Arena. Do I try somewhere else with this number, or do I loosen the restrictions a bit? Far more people with abilities hiding. Is it some kind of detector of people with Nan abilities? Because what I assume is happening here is that he is referring to his battle against Hisoka in Heaven's Arena, and he tried to use the phone. And he couldn't like locate somebody in Heaven's Arena with an ability. And he's thinking about loosening up the restrictions. Very interesting. The ritual vase used for the succession battle participants, the seed urn, the divine mummy, overseer of the succession battle, the lotus anchorite, the sword of accession given to the next king, the sword of good omens. Whoa, so these are the 3 treasures. And the seed urn is one of them? Holy shit, man. Wow. This is giving me some vibes from Yorknew when they were Gon and Kill were trying to get money for auctions and stuff, and when the stuff with Zipile and his fucking creations and all of that, right? All right, we obviously know what the seed urn is, right? And that it needs princess blood, right? And it's still so weird that they don't even have to be kids of Nasubi, but only one of his legal wives, right? In order for the seed urn to, I guess, tap into their whole being and figure out what would be the best ability for them. And yeah, with those abilities, obviously, yeah, they cannot attack or kill other princes, right? We saw already so many bunch of crazy powers coming from the seed urn. So its first treasure, the Lotus Anchorite, is the divine Mabi, overseer of the succession battle. Wow, literally looks like a person that's sitting down, right, with arms like this or something, like meditating or some shit. We can see the face, right, and it's overseeing the succession battle. So I think that this one might be responsible for all the arms in the creepy scene when Cacho died, right? I guess we can attribute that to the Lotus Anchorite. And this is something obviously that we didn't get to see still, the Sword of Good Omens. Something that the next king will get. So I wonder if the treasures, if the third treasure is changed, this is supposed to belong to Nasubi, right? Or it just gets passed down to the new king. These two are probably the same. They're all probably the same. So does Chrollo literally know all of this information? The royal family must have found out by now to the mafia that we are on board. They would never believe we're here just to look for Hisoka. And in fact, we are after their treasure too. Whether they keep all three together in one place or disperse the risk is up to Kakin. Therefore, we thoroughly searched for Hisoka and the three treasures at the same time, from the bottom up. Since neither the mafia nor the military changed their moves much, even after they heard about us upstairs, it's significantly less likely they're in tiers 3 to 5. When I found out that 9 abilities were used in the succession battle and that 3 treasures were involved, I knew. The 3 treasures are the system used to create the powerful Nen needed, not only for the succession battle, but to maintain the prosperity of Kakin itself. There must be a focal point, a funeral hall, where the treasures are enshrined, which means it has to be in tier 1, most likely. Holy treasures literally forming the root of Kakin's prosperity would be guarded more strictly than the king himself. That's true. The greatest prize to steal, they would undoubtedly satisfy the conditions required to upgrade Skill Hunter. Is that his ability? Why do I remember it by Bandit's Secret? That's the power I need to kill Hisoka for good this time. In order to steal such a rare and powerful ability and put it in the book, I have to achieve stealing a national treasure level item before the unusual activation conditions. It's getting harder to keep control over 2 conflicting emotions. Making the attempt carries a greater risk. Going to tier 1 increases the chances that I'd run into Hisoka before I'm completely ready to fight. But that's not a big problem right now. I mustn't be impatient, but I can't wait forever. It's getting harder to keep control over 2 conflicting emotions. Which one exactly, man? The rage and the urge to kill Hisoka? And the one that is like supposed to make him like calm and composed? To be rational, right? And to play it safely? Is that what he's fighting right now? Whoa, but this shit is crazy, man. And look at this, I love this. Look at how sharp his aura is, man. It's like Super Saiyan. They would undoubtedly satisfy the conditions required to upgrade Skill Hunter. We are getting to learn more about Chrollo'S ability. Wait, this is crazy, guys. So, you're telling me that Chrollo is supposed to steal one of those three treasures, and that is one of the conditions for him to upgrade his ability? So, if he steals one of those three huge treasures, it would allow him to upgrade his skill hunter, right? And that will give him the possibility to steal such a rare and powerful ability. All right, dude. Chrollo is going to steal some crazy ability. Chrollo! Remember when Camille's ability was introduced to us? That when she died, right, and then she came back to life? Or some of those crazy abilities, I doubt it's gonna be Cyrenix, but one of those abilities will somehow end up with Chrollo, man. And it would be quite funny if Chrollo actually loses the battle against Hisoka this time, but because he stole like Camille's ability or somebody else's ability, he would also come back to life, man. That would be some big Togashi shit, man, right there. But still, I'm saying that while I'm almost never able to predict what Togashi is planning, man. But holy cow, bro. This is making me so damn excited, man. Bro. Oh shit. The next best option is already in place. The spiders will go on. Well, that's fucking ominous. Even if I may die, that is what is worthy of how do you pronounce this? Oh, that is what is worthy of my design of the spiders. Are we gonna get Chrollo killed? There is no way. I refuse to accept such an obvious death flag, man. And is this the first time that Chrollo said this? No, bro. Again, during the Yorknew, right? When he was captured by Kurapika, he was saying, even if I die, the spider will live on, right? Or he was saying in that flashback to the Phantom Troupe members or whatever. But I find this very interesting because I was saying before starting this chapter about what Bonolenov was saying last time around, right? About how they should put an end on all of this charade, right? With the Phantom Troupe and everything after they get Hisoka, right? And we see Chrollo saying the spiders will go on. It's kind of like they don't look in the same direction, which is very fucking interesting to me and clearly signifying that one of these characters are going to die, bro. Probably Bonolenov. We are going to see some crazy shit, man. Togashi is building this up. Oh, when the shit starts going down, I think we will probably be in for some of the best shit that we ever witnessed, guys. My god. Okay. Is he trying to use the ability again? Let's see if it is like a detector of non abilities or something. Yeah, it's all royal and all of that. This is supposed to be some religious figures, right? It looks like something that you would see on Christian churches and monasteries and stuff. And there is a cross, literally. So yeah, there is that as well. And of course, the fancy coffin and all of that. What happens with Nasubi and the fucking Nen powered room with those tiles that are supposed to enhance Nen or whatever, and one coffin in the middle of it, right? Will Nasubi get tricked that Halkenberg is dead? Will they send the coffin there? Oh boy. Yeah, there is a huge crowd, man. The person whose number you have called has been found, but it's out of NEN range. Please change your coordinates and try again. The number of calls you have left today is... And they still leave us hanging on the number of the available calls. So upstairs, as I thought. Is it going to be Serenik or somebody? Can he even steal? Okay, that's his hut, so it's not... He probably can steal, like, guardian beasts, right? But he can definitely steal Serenik's ability to see into the future, man. So it looks like he located, not exactly pinpointed the exact location, but he has a general idea. Upstairs, higher tiers, right? Oh god. That's the end of the chapter. Yeah, we are getting so close, bro. Oh my god, I feel like I will catch up to manga, and then the best part will start, man, which will be so fucking exciting. But yeah, what a great chapter, man. What a great freaking chapter. We got more insight to what Chrollo is thinking right now. So I guess something similar happened before the fight against Hisoka in Heaven's Arena. He was figuring out how to kill Hisoka, and he made sure to have this like foolproof plan, right, that will 100% work. And to be fair, it did. He used some might say like cowardly moves and all of that, but heck, it's all part of his ability, man, and he prepared himself perfectly. He used not too flashy abilities and all of that, but his brain is something else. His brain is working 200 kilometers per hour, man. It's so fucking insane. He's able to cook up perfect plan to fight all of his opponents, I guess. And he's trying to do exactly the same thing, I guess, what he did prior to the fight against Hisoka, but this time he will take into account that Hisoka was not dead after that he revived himself. So this time around, he's searching for some ability that will guarantee Hisoka's death, right? But I don't know. I feel like Hisoka became stronger and more wary, right? I don't know about, it's not confirmed about that then after death, but we saw Hisoka pretty much perfectly replicate his skin and body parts, and he fixed himself very easily, unlike before with texture surprise and all of that. So I am still believer that he got like permanent then after that he straight up leveled up when he got back to his life, right? And I think that Hisoka will have an upper hand and that he might actually kill Chrollo. But if Chrollo steals one of the valuable treasures before he gets the ability he wants, he could easily get some ability like, for example, Camilla's ability that is not related to her guardian beast, that is actually her ability. And when she dies, right, she is able to use that cat to, I guess, suck in that person and their life force and just kill them and transfer it back to Camille, and she's alive and well. So yeah, that implies that Hisoka would be dead then, right? I don't know, man. I don't know if Togashi would do something like that. It's so fucking hard to tell, man. But I find also interesting that Bonolenov and Chrollo'S thoughts are kinda not aligned, right? And we already saw some different opinions whether they should go save Chrollo or not during the Yorknew, right? Pinks and all the others, right? They wanted to go there and just listen to Chrollo, right? The spider will live on, do whatever I want, while Pakunoda and Machi and Nobunaga, I guess, was it Nobunaga? They wanted to save Chrollo, right? So yeah, it's not like Phantom Troupe is always thinking of the same goal. In fact, that's not the case. They often toss a coin, right, to decide what will actually happen. So yeah, that was very, very interesting, man. We have one more chapter, so let's begin. All right. Chapter 407, Negotiation. The funeral processing continues. There is a lot of army, a lot of people, a lot of his supporters that are quite sad. Halkenberg was well liked. There is the coffin. Is nobody of the princess right here, but I guess it's traveling through the tears, so it will reach them eventually. And then we will probably have some insane shenanigans starting to happen. Oh, these are all Halkenberg's people, probably, right? Oh, is this the king? Yeah, of course. Look at this, man. How they created like the wall and him in the middle of these stairs, man. By the way this looks, man, you know exactly what I'm thinking about when I see stairs like this, man. I mean, it's not exactly the same, right? But you guys are probably thinking the same thing as me, bro. And the freaking certain scene when a bunch of characters popped out from somewhere here and then ran into Yuppie here. Day 12, Thursday, 1 p.m. Back to these guys, Cyrillic's friends. Borksen's missing. Yeah, last contact was right before the procession passed her. So about 30 minutes ago. Is Borksen the one who was giving them the info, right? Maybe she had a sudden post change, or she went after a suspect. We're supposed to report in if anything happens. She would have told us. Yeah, we have to assume the worst. That Borksen has been abducted. But by whom? And what for? She's a soldier herself and on alert. There was no struggle or commotion. Is that even possible? I'm not even gonna lie. I don't remember who Borksen exactly is. If it were a coordinated team, it would be easy with a large number of people. Using something like drugs to immobilize her and big guys to surround her wouldn't be noticed in the crowd. If it was someone she knew, it could have happened. It could have been a one-person job, or someone pretended to be sick and asked to be taken to the hospital where they were waiting for her. If they used those abilities, they might have been able to manipulate her like with hypnosis. The Heli might be using her to assassinate Tseri. So there are plenty of ways, and that's exactly the worst case scenario. Borksen went over what to do if one of us got caught. No negotiations, no rescue. Are we really going to stick with that plan? Hey, why are you standing there? Spread out and do your jobs. We are still on high alert. Think about it and decide before we are done here. So, are they gonna apply what she told them? That means basically like, do not come after me if something happens to me, right? And she is from Morena's group, Hey Lee. She's working for them, if I remember correctly, and she was giving them information. They're Cyrillic's friends from the past, right? And they were talking about him. They seem like super chill and all of that. I remember them. But could he be like used as one of those curses? No, that was from Camilla's squad, and one of them is heading to Kurapika's second lesson, I guess, which is something that will be fucking crazy as well. But Kurapika won't let her get close to Wobble, bro. That ain't happening on his watch. Okay. There is Morena. Who's this opening? Guys, is it her? Yep. There she is. She's with Morena. Welcome. This is the Haley hideout. We want you to join us. We're not going to force you. We have our reasons. But let's just say you're like compatible donor. We'll do our best to get you to join us. I'm not physically restrained. There are 6 of them. They took my weapons. That depends. Okay, so she's basically... She was not with Morena. Where is she? I know that she's separated from that other group, but I just can't remember, bro. Is she one... She's with Seridnik. Or no? Fuck. Can't really remember. Was she with Camille? I can't remember. But okay, it's clearly Morena who abducted her. You must be Morena Prudo. What do you want from me? She seems so fucking calm. She kinda reminds me of a mixture of Kurapika and Pariston, man. I'm getting so weirded out by that, actually. That look. I don't remember any of it. It couldn't have been a normal abduction. They use some kind of power I don't know about. I can't answer right away. Was that Dogman's power? Not making any rash decisions is wise, but please understand that the more we tell you, the harder it is for us to back out. Is that a threat? Is it? Take it however you'd like. Why is she making this face, man? Bro, Morena is such an interesting character. I can't tell you why, but the risk increases for the both sides the longer this takes. Whose fault is that? That's fair. Don't expect a balanced perspective from a crime syndicate. We can do this quickly while also giving you a chance to get what you want. This is my first and only compromise. Let's decide with a negotiation game. What the fuck are these cards? At first it looked like Hunter license, but there is a bunch of them. Negotiation game. The title was negotiation. If you withdraw from this game, you will lose the freedom to do anything other than say yes or no. Let's just start with the rules. Whoa, a card game? The dealer makes a request of the player, and the player makes a decision through this process. I have 7 cards, face up on the board. You have 5 cards, face down. If we see some like bullseye, hit the target card, like flexing power card, QA, QB, is it that question A, question B, yes, no, and D, it's like 2 arrows going in the opposite directions. You pick one of my cards and I give you an answer. The chosen card is discarded to the graveyard. Next, I pick one of your cards and reveal it. That card is also discarded. We repeat, and the last of your cards remaining is your answer to our request. Oh. And she can see her cards. And the last one that's upside down will be the answer to Morena's request. That's very risky. It's basically like a gambling as well. Let me guess. I have 4 yes and 1 no. Turn them over from the left. She's allowing them to turn them right now. There is one yes and one no. What's this? Return. You can return one card of your choice from your graveyard to your board. So if that's the last one standing, she can like pick up the no from the graveyard, right? And simply refuse. If return is your last card, you can use it to retrieve the card of your choice to be your response. Joker. Oh, it can be both yes and no, right? I mean, Joker can be anything, right? The Joker can turn into yes or no. If this is your last card, you can also make your choice. Inform only. What do you mean? You just said you'd take away my freedom to do anything besides say yes or no if I refuse to play. That means you won't let me leave until I say yes, right? What's the point of playing this game at all? Turn over the next one. Let's see the last one. Oh boy, it's gonna be something crazy. They're building up the tension. X! And we see this like warping behind it. What the hell? Is that like dead? X is neither yes nor no. It means you don't have to make a decision. If this card is my last, I can void the game itself? That's right. If the X card remains, you can walk out of here without saying yes or no. Morena obviously played this game a lot, man. And it's like she expected Borksen or whatever her name is to ask that, and she gladly explained. But can it be manipulated somehow, this game? We won't seek to renegotiate later, of course. I promise you. But if any other card forces you to decide yes or no, you will take full responsibility for the consequences of your answer. Do you understand? And we get to see their eyes, man. She will accept it, right? You haven't gone over half of the rules yet, have you? How could I answer? Even just with these rules, it's clear this system stacks the odds against me. At first glance, the yes card, where I would do as she asks, is only 1 out of 5. This makes it seem like I have more chances to refuse or leave the game, creating the illusion that the player is advantaged. This is the first trap. The yes card. If this is the last to remain, I'll have to join her. That means I'll have to obey all the rules they add later. It means complete defeat. But no is actually not different from yes. It pretends to be my friend, but no will bare its fangs as soon as the game begins. It depends on the explanations of the yes and no cards. The ones that are on Morena's side. Interesting. So is she gonna accept the game and try to ask Morena about yes and no cards straight away to learn what is the actual meaning for yes and no, right? Or something like that. She'll explain all sorts of horrible things that would happen around me if I say no. This will keep going until I decide that saying yes is better. So no and the Joker are pointless. My real cards are Return and X. 2 out of 5. 40% isn't such bad odds considering the situation. Well, that's the second trap. No matter how many cards are good for me, none of it actually matters. As long as the game entails her picking my cards, they can cheat all they want. Okay then, I'll explain my cards. And the third trap is the worst. Wow! She's so smart, yet another character that I didn't give a shit about and didn't like really thought much about. I heck even forgot what was her deal. She's friends with all of them, and they were all friends with Serenik back in the day. And the other guys are just kind of chilling, and they don't want to advance and go to like some other like higher positions or anything like that. That's right. I think that she's just on a higher position than them, closer to princess, right? Probably to Prince Serenik, right? I think that's what it was. Wow. So fucking smart, bro. I love this. And yet another fucking game, bro. Togashi loves the psychological games and actual games, bro. Like Grid Island, like fucking Gungi. Yo, I love it. The aim card. You pick this card. I'll explain my goals. And the goal, like hitting the target, the goal. What we're trying to do by inviting you here and recruiting you. I'll try to be as concise as I can, but if you have any questions pertaining to my goals, I'll provide additional information. Next, the power card. If you pick this card, I'll explain my ability. Whoa! Although it might go over your head a little bit, I'll tell you only the truth without hiding anything. I'll go into as much detail as you want until you understand. But again, the longer this takes, the more risks to both of us. I might have to talk pretty quickly. QA. Question A. I'll answer as many questions as you have, as many times as you want. Expect anything about my goals or my ability. If you want to know about those things, use these cards. Oh, except. Oh, got it. She can't like use question A and then ask about her goals and her ability. And my answers to your questions will be only in form yes or no, and yes and no. Okay, what about QB then? You want more detail regarding an answer I gave you to one of your questions. You'll have to pick the question B, or where she expands from only simply yes and no. Question B card on a later turn. I'll explain in greater depth until it's cleared up. But only about one question, and it must be the last question you ask during the question round. So be careful when you bring the question. They're definitely doing this because they're explaining all of this to us. So be careful when you bring the question questionnaire A round to a close. All right. I don't need to hear yes or no answers. There's something I need to confirm about the way you answer. May I try it out now? Go ahead. I'll be able to tell through her tone and non-verbal cues. You will not cheat within the game at any point. Yes or no? Oh my god. Look at this too, bro. This guy is like, of course she will cheat. And she's like, she won't cheat. And that's the vibes I'm getting from their faces. Why does Morena look kind of cute more than like usual, if you get what I mean, in this chapter, the way Togashi is drawing her? I wouldn't really imagine her like this at all. Negative questions can create the potential for misunderstandings. It's quite important to clear up any confusion beforehand. When answering a negative question such as "you haven't done it," there are cultures that reply, "Yes, I have not." Yes, I have not is a trick answer, right? Usually the person answers for themselves, and yes and no are absolute terms, thus, no, I have not. But for some reason, these people focus on the questioner's perspective, and answering yes, meaning you are correct. Exactly, that's what I do sometimes. Or I agree with you. Maybe It's an old hierarchy mindset of the philosophy of selfless hospitality. Whoa. See the ninja samurai, right? I guess they used that type of thinking. In some dialects, the reflexive pronoun self gets used in second person context as if they're stepping into others' shoes. Crazy, huh, Yokotani? Sorry, I don't even realize I do that. It looks like this game... What the fuck is the point of this? It looks like this game works as an initiation when soliciting new members and an interview. Morena uses this exchange to observe the subject, to examine their personality, intelligence, and to judge whether they're compatible for her team. Your answer? No, I will not cheat. I'm answering from my perspective. Wow. Does that work for you? Yes. I feel she also looks quite cute, but I think she will start to get worried. So, scratch what she said here. She did not apply it. She straight up said, no, I will not cheat. But she said, I will not cheat. But there are two fuckers right next to her. Might as well fucking cheat by swapping out her cards or some shit very fast. These two bastards. I feel so much anger from her. What in the world is she so angry about? Now, as for the yes and no cards, yeah, even though she has this facial expression, I guess the anger stems from her whole being and her whole life and the goal that she wants to see fucking world burn and to kill everyone. She won't cheat. She's confident but still respectful toward me. From her attitude, oh sorry I skipped. She won't cheat. It's obvious she has an absolute control simply by looking at her and her cronies. She's confident but still respectful toward me. From her attitude and intonation, I can tell cheating isn't allowed at the organizational level. With these, I'll explain in detail what happens when you're left with yes or no as your last card. Pick these cards if you want to know that in advance. The last is the deal card. Pick this card if there is a card you really need to take back from your graveyard. You'll get it by granting a small request of mine. Once you hear what it is, you don't have to do it if you think you can. But in that case, it becomes my turn, and deal will go to the graveyard. The game ends when you're left with one card, so your last chance to use this card is when you're down to two cards. There, I explained all the card rules. So basically another card that can return one card from the graveyard, but because it's on her side, right, she actually has to do a small favor, and she gets to hear whether she wants to do that favor or not, what the favor actually is, right? So yeah, psychologically there is a lot of things that you can interpret as advantage here, man. And that's definitely quite sassy. Now, will you decide whether you'll play the game? I will, under one condition. What's that? I'll decide which card you'll pick of my face down cards, if that's okay with you. Sure, that's happened before, and I'll take care of the shuffling, right? Now, let's begin. All right, this is how we end this chapter. That was so unexpected, but I love it. I love it. I don't know, bro. It's Togashi is probably the only one who can make me love a chapter like this, man. That was so good. We are going to have a wonder if this will continue straight in the next chapter, because it will be a crazy psychological battle, and I cannot wait to see that, man. I love that shit, bro. I fucking love that shit. It's also giving me the vibes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yet again. And when Jotaro played poker against Darby, those types of mind games, man, it's going to be absolutely fucking fire, bro. I can already tell. So yeah, I think that Borskin or whatever, she is of the higher status than her friends, and that she's closer to Cyridnik, if I remember correctly. Was she there when he was learning Nan? And I think that she was there and that she brought that information to her friends, right? And now they found out that she was kidnapped. So yeah, they're kind of freaking out, and there is the rule, the agreement. They said that she said it, that if she gets captured or disappears, that they shouldn't go after her, right? So yeah, there is that as well. Totally unexpected chapter. Totally unexpected chapter. Okay, I expected crazy bloodbath and all of that following the funeral, right? And all of that. And we saw Chrollo, and I was like, okay, this is beginning of it. And then we get a chapter like this, and I'm not even mad, bro. That was a pretty good chapter as well. Like, the question is why she even wants her to join her. That's one thing. She is smart as hell. She is smart as hell. And again, I keep repeating that for these bodyguards, for these Benjamin soldiers, for these underbosses, for some Haley members, for the regular military forces. There is a lot of intelligent people on board. It's so fucking cool to see that, man. And they all have different personalities, and this has to be animated one day, bro. Hunter x Hunter was already such a goated anime, but we need to finish the fucking story, bro. And not only in manga form, but in anime form as well, bro. Because considering the animation levels and standard today, and the fact that it was Madhouse who did Hunter x Hunter, and they would probably, I hope so, do the rest of it as well. And imagine with the OSTs and all the suspense and all the Nen abilities and the fights and all of that, man. And the funny thing is about that we are still not even close to the peak of what this arc has potential to offer us. Just think about that, guys. Just think about when the actual fights start going on, and when some of the characters cross their paths, man, like Kurapika, Hisoka, Kurapika, Chrollo, Kurapika, Cyridnik, Phantom Troupe and Hisoka, all of the members like Phantom, Finks, Nobunaga, Franklin, Machi, right? All of them, Shizuku, Leorio, Kurapika, Cyridnik, all the princess, king, all of their abilities, man, all the guardian spirit beasts. Oh my god, man. There will be so many crazy shit going on. Crazy, bro. And another interesting thing that I was actually thinking about again was what happens with Hulkenberg's body, bro. Like, Nasubi will definitely know that Hulkenberg is not dead, right? If he tries to get the energy from that coffin to that one in the middle, right? And there were 14 coffins, right? So yeah, he was including probably like himself as well, or he was doing it for himself, but I think that's not the case, that he's gonna enter the middle one and gain the nen of all the other princes or some shit. It's definitely not gonna be that, but it's more likely that he's including himself in those 14 coffins, and that Victor will enter that one in the middle and gain like the probably strongest power that we ever saw in this show, man. Probably even stronger than Meruem, bro. Right? Is there a chance for something like that? I mean, I doubt that anyone will ever reach Meruem's like endurance, like his physicality, right? His strength and all of that. But when it comes to Nen powers and all of that, it's gonna create something terrifying that could like easily like defeat Meruem or some shit, man. But then again, what about the Dark Continent? We are getting this arc, but the way Togashi teased the ending of anime with Dark Continent being this insane world that is unexplored, the Dawn Freaks and all of that, man. Like this succession arc is still like something before something like that happens, man. And who knows what kind of creatures we can find there. Probably bunch even stronger than Meruem or some shit, man. Just thinking about it makes me so excited. I will end it here for today. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff as always. Check out my Patreon page if you want to see full and early reactions. I will be seeing you very soon with another video. Until then, take care and have a nice day. See ya.